We're at the Manitou Springs Heritage Center with Joe King and Kerith Renee, who's going to be also singing for us today with the Victrooka. Did I say that right? I think I added something. Victrooka.
Victrooka.
Joe, just say it for me.
Victrooka.
Thank you. Why did you design this? It is so beautiful. It's something out of like a gypsy dream to me or something.
Well, the Plastic Mojo graphics department invented the image and put it on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And after looking at it for a couple months, I said, I could make one of those. And fortunately, some of the pieces already existed.
Okay, so you created this from a photo.
Well, not quite. There's a history that we're doing putting together a slideshow that I'm hoping will be ready for the Tesla Day.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
If we can put together the equipment to do it, we're putting together a slideshow about the history of the Victrooka, which involves the Marines hymn, because the line about from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Yeah.
Actually, what that was in about 1805, I think. There was a Marine. The United States did its first invasion of another country, and there were actually 6 or 8 Marines leading 600 mercenaries across the desert, the North African desert. And the lieutenant that led the expedition was Presley O'Bannon. And it's obvious that he has descendants that include a couple of famous people, like Dan O'Bannon wrote the screenplay for Alien, the original movie. And then there's that singer guy back in the 50s that was probably descended from Presley O'Bannon.
Huh.
The one I'm talking about. What was this? Elvis Presley.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. He was apparently
singer,
a descendant of Presley O'Bannon. And at some point, somebody on that expedition apparently brought back the hookah that's mounted on top of the Victrooka. Brought it back from North Africa, and it ended up in Edcouch, Texas, which is a little town down in South Texas. And a few years ago, an old guy that was known as a handyman around the neighborhood died. And in his garage, it turned out, brick garage, which is unusual for down there, but brick garage, and at the back of it was a sealed room. And the slideshow includes a photo of the sealed room. And in that room, there were a lot of documents and paintings and photos and part of the Victrooka. So I had access to that, so I put the original hookah and the box it's mounted on, and found a source for there seemed to be something missing. So we found this horn, which is probably from an Edison talking machine and is probably about 110 years old.
Yeah.
And mounted that on the box, and suddenly we had sound.
Oh, that's so cool. Janet's laughing.
I have no idea why. So the slideshow is going to be very interesting. Includes we found there's a photo, or rather a painting of Presley O'Bannon that you can find on the internet. All you have to do is look for it, and there he is with his sideburns and all. And we had to reconstruct from various paintings there. We reconstructed what the original painting that had been partly covered up and touched up for reasons we're not sure of. But we reconstructed the original painting and even we're working on a reconstruction of a full-length painting of Presley O'Bannon.
Wow.
Which is not available on the internet, but from that sealed room.
So I assume you're patenting these.
How do you do that?
Oh, I think we'll edit this out and we'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in the process of patenting this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've already put a TM on it.
Yeah. Good.
On Victrooka and
Thank
on
you.
original Victrooka.
Good.
Because
you bought the website name and you don't have the name, right?
No.
Okay, we'll get
we'll
do that next.
You seem to know more about that than
I think we're going to be talking. Yeah. We're going to lock this stuff down for you.
Working with the original image, and it reminded me of something. So I found all these parts and put it together.
Joe, this is amazing.
This is the guitar without the Victrooka. So we plug into the Victrooka. Still nothing. Then we take one of the hoses of the hookah mounted on top of the Victrooka and plug that in, and suddenly, in a couple seconds. So obviously the sound is going into the hose of the hookah, going into the hookah, and then coming out the horn. But to give more control, I plug into a preamp first. And that's the Victrooka. And that's all anybody knows about the Victrooka. And it seems to sound particularly good for slide. And kind of surprised me because from the horn I was expecting a more mid-rangey kind of sound.
Right.
But it's pretty full range, and even has background music included, which is probably being picked up on the guitar.
It's cool.
It sounds like a Mexican station, I think, which is appropriate because where it's from is down on the border where the musics and the cultures get mixed together.
Maybe it's possessed.
Hey, Benjamin, you can talk through this now. That's our resident ghoster.
And
okay, so Joe, we want more of an example. Can you play for us?
Sure. Well, I'd like to.
Kerith?
Okay, Kerith Renee came over for the summer, and last December we had played together at an open mic, did a couple of songs, and she let me know a couple months ago she was coming over from New York, so we got together to play at least for the summer. If it makes us rich and famous, maybe it'll go on after that. But we have to see. Anyway, for the summer at least, we're playing around the Colorado Springs area. And maybe further. We're supposed to be in Knoxville at the end of August. And then San Francisco at the 1st of September.
Got some things in the works. Cooking some stuff up. Seeing what we can do.
It's an old Robert Johnson song. It's one of a family of songs that, like Sitting on Top of the World and things about going my way, and depression is gone from me, where the old blues guys would change just the couplet, the final line or two lines of a song, and say, my song. And when the guys from the furniture store came around the South recording people and said, we just want to record your songs, and they'd say, yep, my song. And they didn't have a database of first lines or anything to compare, so there's all those songs with mostly the same lyrics, same chord structure, but a different last line. And Robert Johnson came up with kind of the ultimate, which was, come on in my kitchen, it's going to be raining outdoors. And added some other lines, and then I added some lines, so who cares? The important thing in blues is to steal from the right people. That's one of my favorite songs. One of the best songs ever written, I think, in America.
Kerith, where have they been keeping you? Where have they been keeping you?
I lived in New York. I lived in Brooklyn, but I grew up here. Went to Air Academy. Woo!
Oh, look at that.
Went to UNC for undergrad. I've been out there for about 7 years, but I'm back for the summer, so we're having a good time.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
She just got, how long we been here? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
For a hot minute.
Yeah. So we've got, we worked first towards a gig up at the Thunderbird in Florissant. That was last Sunday. And now we're working, as Plastic Mojo, we're going to be at the I forget what they call it. The Blues Society does blues in Bancroft Park every Thursday.
Absolutely.
And Plastic Mojo is there the 24th of July. Other than that, we're looking for bookings at the moment. Put it together and trying to find places to play.
Absolutely.
So,
can our listeners buy your music online? Anywhere? What do you do?
No, I've been kind of lax in putting that together as, the previous version of Plastic Mojo with Fairlight as the singer. We went up to Longmont, a couple months ago and recorded 7 tracks. And I was delaying that to put some more stuff with it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and finish doing some mastering on that and put that out as soon as possible.
Okay, just let us know.
And Kerith and I are going to be recording some stuff.
I don't want to get angry emails coming in. Where can we get us stuff?
So far, and then if you go on Facebook in a couple places, there's going to be some video of Kerith and me at the Thunderbird, plus a little bit we did at the Zodiac at their open mic last night. But then
what is your Facebook page?
There's Plastic Mojo and Joe King. There's lots of Joe King, so you have to look for the right one, or go to Plastic Mojo and then find Joe King from there. And there's also a site called a page called The Last Gig, which is what we'll call a band. If we go out with a rhythm section, it'll be called The Last Gig. And there's some interesting artwork there. Plus now there's a page called Victrooka.
Very nice. So we can be little fans of it.
Okay.
I assume it's a girl.
What?
Your Victrooka. It's a girl in it.
She is awful pretty.
I don't think that's a boy.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but I'll go with that.
Well, and she's so special. She's got to be a girl or her. Okay.
I'll start. She's just like a ship.
Spell it.
What? Oh, that's a good idea. Victrooka. Victrooka. It's from Victrooka because of the Victro part is because of the Victrola horn. It's not really a Victrola horn, but that's what people often recognize it as.
And Joe's going to be here for Tesla Fest, so he can show everybody his incredible invention. That's all what Tesla Fest is about, is these great inventors of our day, too, not only Tesla.
And the slideshow.
And the slideshow, if they get it done.
And as a matter of fact, we're also...
I know I hate to put pressure on you, but that'd be really great.
We're also about to do the Victrooka cooking show.
What?
Which is already scripted. In fact, I'm gonna violate company policy by giving you guys a copy of the scripts.
Oh, cool.
Are those? Can you pull those out of the book? It's those extra pages. Yeah, episode 4 and episode 5. It's the Victrooka cooking show, episode 4, hot tamales. And I'm giving you have to verbally sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, you got it.
On the scripts. So that's episode 4. And, hot tamales, and this is episode 5, petite patates. And, you can, you're reading it, aren't you?
I am reading this. I can't believe it. So we get to produce this too. Is that what we get to do?
Well, if you want to take part in making it happen. that we could even do an adaptation for radio.
Yeah, I
mean,
like
there's
it.
a lot in it that's like you have full body sign language for communication, and be hard to translate that for radio.
I bet we can figure it out, though.
Okay, because that'd be good. Like, it would be up there with
Irish, Romanian gypsy princess from the South Pacific.
Guamanian.
I can't even say it. Guamanian.
That's what they call. That's what you call somebody from Guam.
Yeah. Not Guamanese.
I don't think so. I think Guamanian is the proper term. You could do Guamese if you wanted to, probably, but I think it's officially Guamanian.
You better ask my uncle.
It's Irish Guamanian gypsy princess from the South Pacific.
Oh, it's actually Mariana Islands. It's okay. This is really funny. I can't wait. I'm not. This is what I do. Did you know how we produce any of our shows?
No, but this one
you used to have hair. Eric, you got to read this. This is.
I wasn't reading this one.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the first one is preliminary. There are things that refer back to. It's not. Well, it's episode 4, which may remind you of some other series of productions, and there's a reason for it. If you get to about page 3, and it's laid out, in fact, as
this is fabulous.
I found out.
Who knew you were a writer too?
Of course, I'm lying, but I found out that that for real cooking shows, they're divided. The script is divided into segments. There's the intro, followed by the entree, and the cheese course, and dessert. Or, as it is called by the Irish Guamanian gypsies, the aftermath. That's how you write a script for a cooking show. You have to divide it up like that, just like you divide up a meal.
Joe, I'm going to take you back to seriousness because you had a very serious event.
Did
that
I?
we were all holding our breaths because
was
all of a sudden
that?
we found out you had to visit the hospital.
Yeah, just a visit.
Yeah,
I didn't stay
just
there.
a visit.
I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to hear that you picked up your guitar was the first thing. You didn't hug anybody. You went to your guitar to
Well,
make
I'd
sure
been-
you could play.
Okay, it was all that was affected was my language centers. So speech. That's how I knew something was happening because in fact it was the graphics department that called me and I answered the phone. And I'd been awake for a couple hours, watched a movie or something, and then I got the phone call, and I started talking, and she said, "Are you drunk?" And and I sounded like I was drunk, and so I ended up in the hospital for a couple of days, and the whole time. Oh, and then when it came time to sign the entry forms for going into the hospital. I tried to write. I tried to sign my name, and that didn't work either.
Oh,
So it was the language centers that were being screwed with. And, but then when they took pictures of my brain and found damage, but it was in a part of the brain that had nothing to do with language. And it was in the balance part of the brain, so they kept expecting me to fall over, but I had no trouble with balance. So, what that means apparently, and the
Wired different.
and the
we knew it.
exactly. You saved me having to say it. Yeah, yeah. And I haven't been able to get anybody to argue about that point when I tell them that I found out that my brain is wired differently from most people's.
Well,
Yeah,
you are
tell
a
us
musical
something new.
genius.
Yeah.
And to think of you almost losing that. We
I
were
don't
terrified
even-
for
well-
you. You talk about like it was like chewing gum, but we were all terrified
Nothing like
for
chewing
you.
gum. But then not being able to sign my name made me think there was something wrong with my hand. And that was what was worrying me. And I kept trying to get them to bring me a guitar while I was in the hospital. Nobody had a guitar there, so I had to wait till I was out. And so, yeah, it was kind of like you said.
Well, we're glad you're back and
seemed
you're
to have no
awesome.
trouble.
You're doing really great.
Thank you.
And your language center sounds just fine.
Well, I'm glad you think so, because what I have to do, because the language centers are separate from the music centers. So and there's part of my brain that's saying, nah, you're not going to talk. So if I fall into just ordinary talking, I do have a lot of trouble. And if you listen close, you can hear I'm having some trouble, but I'm watching as I go, and I anticipate if I'm going to have trouble and adapt. So what I do, part of what I'm doing is because the music center is okay. It's the language center that's giving me trouble. So I pretend I'm singing. You notice I'm changing notes on nearly every word. And it's to make the brain think that I'm singing when I'm just talking.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
So, and I'm glad you don't notice when I'm having trouble, because that's the whole point.
You're awesome. You want to play some more?
Sure.
You want to sing?
What do you want to do? Do you want to do Cornfield?
I guess. Not quite.
So, Joe, how did you find this little lady? This little Minnie Mouse of a voice.
Well, the open mic at the Victrooka, Andrea Stone runs it.
Uh-huh.
At the Zodiac.
Yeah.
Zodiac. What did I say? The Victrooka.
You got Victrooka on the brain, boy.
I'm afraid so, yeah. At the Zodiac, yeah. Andrea Stone phoned me one, was that 2 days before, or was it the same day?
No, it was a couple days beforehand.
Yeah. She phoned and said, I've got a friend in from New York, that wants somebody to play with her at the, when she sings at the, Zodiac. And, Andrea brought her over and we ran through a couple of songs and then, got on stage at the Zodiac that Monday night. And, it was great.
You're a lucky man.
We did 2 songs together. And
yeah, you know how lucky you are.
Well.
You do.
Oh, yeah. And that performance is, in fact, I think, still up on either on the Plastic Mojo page or the Joe King page.
Cool.
You can find that performance. And then there's a later performance of the same. It was that song that we did that got put up on the Facebook page.
Oh, cool.
And then when she came back, we went over there and did the same song. So both performances are up on the Plastic Mojo page, I think.
Very nice.
So, yeah. So it shows, how we progressed with, 6 months of not playing together.
Amazing.
Yeah. Progress is a wonderful and terrible thing.
Anything else?
Yeah, what else you got for us?
What else you want to do?
What else you want to play?
If you want
We
to.
always want your music, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going to learn to play. You're going to do like Keith Richards with Ry Cooter.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
recording
That'll
all my
happen.
stuff, and you're going to learn to play just like.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe, that'll happen.
What about making whoopee?
Oh, yeah, all right.
I've had this song under my belt for years, but haven't been able to get anybody else to do it because they think it's too old-fashioned. But I really like the song, and it probably sounds a little more
bit.
updated.
Never hurt anyone.
And, yeah. Okay.
Washing dishes and baby clothes. He's so ambitious, he even sews. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee.
Picture a little
can bring another year, or maybe less. What's this I hear? Well, can't you guess? She feels neglected, and he's suspected of making whoopee. But don't forget, folks, that's what you get, folks, for making whoopee.
I just feel stupid being the only one clapping that.
Well, thank you, music stand. That was just to correct the ending, because I did get it.
Well, I like the old-fashioned stuff, too.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to, I'm so old. Back when we were going to school, and had to throw stones at the dinosaurs to keep them from eating the other kids.
I remember that. Yes.
No, you don't. You're just a kid yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You notice how women react. They always do when you tell them they're young.
Yeah.
You can tell. I can tell a woman. I'm about to lie to you.
Year-old, so I feel like I found a secret. Just work with much older people than you, and these are fun.
Shit, I had another one in mind. I was going to suggest we do, and now I can't remember what it was. Summertime. It's not on the radio yet, but you get the first hit of it on the radio.
Summertime, and living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You'll spread your wings and take to the sky. Till that morning, no, there's nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mama standing by.
Woke up this morning, blues walking like a man. Woke up this morning, blues walking like a man. said, good morning, blues. Give me your right hand. Now the blues. Tear my child all upside down. Said the blues. Tear mama child all upside down. Travel on for a bob. Just can't turn you round. Now the blues. Slow down, aching chill. Said the blues. Slow down, aching chill. Guess you've never had 'em. Hope you never will. Now the blues is an aching old heart disease. Said the blues is an aching old heart disease, like some kind of consumption, killing me by degrees. Started raining, gonna drive my blues away. Drive my blues. Started raining, gonna drive my blues away. Started raining, gonna drive my blues away. Going down to the distillery, stay out there all day.
Awesome, Joe. We love you so much, and we can't wait to see you again. Hopefully you'll have your whole video slideshow on the Victrooka.
Yeah.
I actually said it right.
Yeah, we've got
I'm
to.
so proud.
We just found the right program to do it with because I wanted something where I can just click on the mouse. I have a little thumb mouse. So I can click on the mouse to go on to the next, so I can lay out my line of bullshit while it's going.
Spoken like a true producer.
Except that, really with this, sometimes I do stumble, and I'm afraid I might have to get somebody else to do the narration, but except that part of it's spontaneous. It's just whatever happens to fall out of my brain at that point. And,
cool. So hopefully we'll see you at the Tesla Fest on July 12th, and we will.
Okay.
Again, Joe, thank you. And we've been with Joe King, and we're here with Kerith, Renee, and we're so happy to have had you guys. And again, thank you to the Manitou Springs Heritage Center for allowing us to come in and do our interviews here. And we'll see you on the 12th.
Great. I look forward to it.
Sounds ominous.
That does it for this broadcast of Pika Radio. We thank you for tuning in and taking part of independent grassroots radio. Be sure to keep listening for information on interesting events, places, and people in and around historic Manitou Springs. Found only here on the one and only Pika Radio. Copyright 2014.